This news update is brought to you by This is the 7 a.m. Barbados Today update for Wednesday, July the 16th, 2014. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. A pleasant good morning to you. We begin with news that government's worrying deficit is falling. But while making the announcement yesterday in his report on the current state of the economy, Central Bank Governor Dr. Delisle Worry said government's revenue is also dropping.
The overall deficit for the first quarter was $214 million, $5 million lower than for the same period last year. The primary deficit for the quarter improved by $30 million to $21 million. Preliminary estimates for the first quarter of the fiscal year show a $5 million decline in government revenue, with VAT receipts down $8 million, corporate tax receipts down $3 million, and other indirect taxes down $4 million.
Dr. Worrell also observed that the government's fiscal adjustment measures, which include savings of $20 million from sending home thousands of public servants, appear to be bearing fruit.
The fiscal adjustment measures taken by the Barbados government between August 2013 and March this year appear to have begun to restore the balance of inflows and outflows of foreign exchange. And the foreign exchange reserve trends for the first 6 months of the year reverted to the pattern of the years from 2009 to 2012. Reserves declined by $51 million compared to a fall of $119 million on average for those years. At the end of June, the stock of reserves stood at $1,093 million, representing 15.1 weeks of import reserve cover.
Meanwhile, the opposition advisor on economics, Dr. Clyde Mascoll, isn't impressed by the latest economic performance report issued yesterday by the central bank. Mascoll is saying that the fiscal adjustment package of August last year has failed to achieve any of its objectives.
There is no evidence of economic growth. There is no improvement in the fiscal deficit in spite of a barrage of taxes and expenditure cuts. The unemployment rate has to be over 13% in the face of 3,000 public sector job losses in the first quarter of this year. The central bank's foreign reserves declined by $51 million in spite of the foreign borrowing of almost $450 million between December 2013 and the first quarter of 2014.
In sports now, Barbados has won the WICB's Under-17 Cricket Championship after defeating Jamaica by 7 wickets in the 5th and final round match at Shaw Park in Tobago yesterday. Barbados finished on 19.9 points to second place Windward Islands' 19.5. Batting first after winning the toss, Jamaica were bowled out for 121 in 31.3 overs, with the informed Bard Barnes top scoring with 39 and captain Michael Frew contributing 23. 5 batsmen were dismissed without scoring. Tremaine Harris with 3 for 20 and Dominique Drakes 3 for 30 were the best of the Barbados bowlers. In response, the Kenmi Wilson struck a patient unbeaten 51 to steer Barbados to 127 for 3 in the 35th over.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Hey, I'm Charlie, the customer at Down Spiritual Only Alpha for Pablo, the original Batman, capital O, small B, small F for short. You call me This is the Nirvana experience. I am feeling perfect happiness, pure joy, and this is bliss because Barbados Today, in association with Wednesday 2000, presents Tales of Nirvana. Yes, listen to me. Why? Because Wednesday 2000, the band is Nirvana. This is Condiment, the 2040 experience, and what they want you to do if you believe that you know what Nirvana is, and you can get more Nirvana than me, you have more perfect happiness than me, more pure joy than me, more bliss than me. Take a 60-second video, upload it to Tales of Nirvana at barbadostoday.bb. Yes, and they will upload it to Facebook. People will like it or don't like it, but I know you want them to like it, and you can win 2 costumes for Wednesday 2014, which is Nirvana. This is Kaduma, the 2040 experience. Hey, for further information, log on to www.barbadostoday.bb. You hear me? www.barbadostoday.bb. Nirvana, Nirvana, Nirvana.
In regional news, Jamaica is expected to have a new commissioner of police in September. Minister of National Security Peter Bunting said last evening that the Police Services Commission will advertise publicly for the position beginning this week, and it is anticipated that during the month of August, applications will be received and reviewed, and applicants shortlisted and interviewed. Former Commissioner of Police Owen Ellington announced his retirement from the post about 2 weeks ago. And finally, on the international scene, the leaders of the 5 BRICS countries have signed a deal to create a new $100 billion development bank and emergency reserve fund. The BRICS group is made up of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. The capital for the bank will be split equally among the 5 participating countries. The bank will have the headquarters in Shanghai, China, and the first president for the bank will come from India. That's been the 7 a.m. Barbados Today update. You can join us again at noon. But in the meantime, log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper or like us on Facebook to get more news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a blessed day.
This news update is brought to you by